Hello everybody, it's Dragana from Saacibo. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. I'm so excited. I completed my Winter Wonderland journals and I'm so happy with them. There's 3 of them. They're quite similar in size and concept, but obviously because I used a lot of original artwork inside, that would be different for each journal. Before I start going into the journals, I just quickly want to mention that I will be doing a version of this video without talking. So there'll be just a flip through video without any explanations or talking, but in this version I will explain everything. So if you prefer to watch just the flip through, look for the link down below, or it's going to be the following video after I upload this one. I will also link down all the relevant videos of me creating the covers, the eco prints, stenciling on fabric, making ephemera and all of that. So just so you know, it's down in the description box below. Okay, I'll just give you the size of the cover. 6 inches by 10 inches. Obviously the signatures are a bit smaller than this, but that's the cover. They've got 3 signatures. I used elastic binding, that's 2 inches, and there's the handmade beads, so each one will have that like that, and I use those eyelets, and of course the eco prints are not the same. That's on that side. I used grape juice and chestnut leaves, and I stenciled these snowflakes in one of those videos. Okay, so each has a little snowflake charm with a deer and a little snowman made out of beads, just like my Christmas journal. Okay, so each will have that there. Okay, so they're not identical on the inside, but they are similar. They have the same number of pages, same number of ephemera pieces, but of course where I use the original artwork, that's different for each. Okay, so let's start. Here we go. I will just show you this. So each will have a different jelly print on the inside, so that's the actual jelly print that I used to cover this side of the covers, and each will have a pocket. There it is, that one is there. All right, so the ephemera pieces are different. I stamped these onto a postcard, and I don't know if you remember this. A few weeks ago, I think at the start of the year, we've done a video where we painted papers with homemade stencils and stamps. So that's one of those prints that I cut out, and then I stamped these trees down the bottom. The snowflakes. And here, this one has a flip out envelope. See the envelope in which I included this photo. It's a book page that I glued onto some cardstock, and cute birds. We have those birds here all the time. I leave the seeds for them and they come to eat during the winter. I think they're really cute. I've dyed all the papers. I probably should mention that if you're wondering about this color. I dyed the papers that I used with rosehip tea with a touch of rust. So they all turn this purplish bluish grey color. And some of the papers were dyed with grape juice, and I have a video tutorial on that. Okay, and here I use the fabric to get that effect. Now each journal will have a different print here. This is jelly print on fabric, and I plan to do a video on that as well. We've done printing with fabric on jelly, but this is actual print on the fabric. Okay, so we'll do that as well. It's really fun. Okay, here we go. It's a scrapbooking paper, but I painted the back with that dye, and I sprayed with white paint, stamped the image, and I stenciled. So I've done a lot of hands-on work on these papers. Stamped that there. That's the original print, jelly print. I really love it. And some stenciling work on this side, that's from a book. Okay, and here we come to a pocket. There's the fabric pocket with a bit of lace. That's from that Secret Forest digital. And I sprayed all the papers, even the printables and the scrapbooking papers. I sprayed all with white acrylic paint just to get that winter feel. And it's really cold here, so I was inspired to do the winter journal. That's the original eco print, jelly print. So each book will have a different one, obviously, because I can only make one, and that's a snowflake specimen card there. Okay, now here we have a little drawing that I've done ages ago of trees, and then I just added some stamping in the front and a few. I think it looks really cool. Okay, and here again each journal will have a different, so I'll go through this one in detail, and then the other two maybe we can just look at the things that are different between them. I stenciled these trees, but I also painted and sprayed this side of the envelope, and I glued jelly print on that, and on these open up. There's nothing inside, but so I won't open them. Oh, actually maybe I'll just open one up. Yeah, I put that wrapping paper on the inside. I think they're really cute. Okay, and I just love how these papers turn out with acrylic paint and that rosy tea. And that's washi tape. I stamped that on the book page. Used a bit of white acrylic. Yeah, and each one will have some sort of book page from this book with cute animals. This one has the squirrel, and it's from a botanical book. But those pages obviously will be different for each. I just love how these turn out, these pockets here. It's one of the specimen cards. Cute little duck. Okay, more trees stenciled here. And there's the other side of that original jelly print. Stamping there. More stamping and painting in here. And that's from the Secret Forest. Okay, I created one of these bags for each journal, and that's just a slow stitch bird. I slow stitched it to this other fabric and this jelly print, and then I glued it all onto this bag that I also dyed with rosy tea. There's just a wax. It's not actually wax, I'm lying. It's with the glue gun, and then you use the waxed seal, and that's real plants. And for each journal I created something like this, a little paper clip to hold it so that it can be moved elsewhere. Okay, I really love how these turn out. These were 8x8 scrapbooking papers that I turned diagonally, and it worked really well. I just sprayed a little bit with acrylic paint, and this was a perfect spot to add eyelets and to hang charms, I think. So I'll put owl charm here. But I love how this turned out with stenciling and just the dye. And that's the fabric that I used to color, where is it? This page here. So it's really good. You color the fabric, and then you actually get the print on the paper. But it was originally white, and I love how it turned out. And it's just really a cute way to add a page that's actually fabric, and it's got that flower there. Hope you can see that. I love how this paper didn't take the dye the same way as the other papers. It just created this because it's kind of like a tracing paper, but it's got that lovely sound. Listen to it. Okay, now we have here one of the masterboards from those lace cards that we've done in the last video. Again, I used that same die, but this was on watercolor paper, so again a different color, turn more purple. Well, here it looks more blue. It's really funny how different papers take the color differently. Okay, so each journal will have a belly band like this, similar, but there will be different lace, a different die cut, you know, would be the same concept but not the same. And there will be a postcard that I stamped, but it's not going to be the same, obviously. So I stamped these onto the eco print, digital of the eco print, and that's the postcard there. I love how that looks. And that's a little envelope with two specimens, a snowflake and a real tree. Oh, not the tree, leaf, maple leaf. I think it's maple, I'm not sure. Okay, so here we have a pocket from the jelly print, so that would be also different for each journal. And fabric here, I love this white fabric that I was given, and I decided to add these. They're just so cute, like little snowballs. I think it looks really good. And that's just the paper that I used embossing folder with bricks, and you know, something that maybe can be done with that, make a tag or a journaling card, and that's one of the herbal cards there. I absolutely love how this page turned out. I used the real doily in the middle, then I stenciled this like a mandala shape onto a printable that is actually my own design, made from mandalas. And I love how it looks. It looks really wintry and kind of cozy. I don't know, maybe because of that and that fabric on this side. So each journal would have this in the middle, and some writing spaces on the card. Okay, now this is from that Secret Forest digital. I sprayed with acrylic on top. They were leftover pieces of scrapbooking paper, and I just punched holes and I put this ribbon through, just like a decoration. Okay, what we have here, a little bag made from jelly print. It says dream and a snowflake, and that's one of those cards we've done in the last video, so it can be decorated or just left plain. I like them like that, without anything. More stamping work. And here I added this lace. There's a lot of lace, a lot of fabric in this journal. A bit more than usual, I'd say. More than I usually do. I love how this turned out as well. That paper, I used that plastic kind of tablecloth to dye, and it just worked really well. And that's a button of some sort that I had for ages, and it just worked really nice there. There's a jelly print, there's a writing spot, and one of the tags that we decorated. I'm not sure if I've done this in the video last week or I've done it or after, but it's one of those. Okay, and another perfect spot for a charm. That's a little tag cut from a jelly print and a snowflake charm. Ooh, and now we come to the third signature. I love this one. Also from the Secret Forest digital, but I sprayed it with acrylics. I used a bit of die cut shapes like that, and some fabric and lace, and a little feather charm here. I love how this page turned out. It's just really nice. So we have stenciled a few stars, and I sprayed with white acrylic down the bottom, and underneath it's again that rosehip tea. It's just a beautiful gray kind of, it's gray, but it's not kind of dark. It has It's hard to explain. It goes from purple to blue, but it's grey. I don't know, it's hard to explain. And here again we have a little something. I punched holes and I added a little, like three beads, just like a little charm. I think that looks really, it's one of my favorite pages. I love it. I love the sound of this paper. Look. Stamp that on that. Okay, that's a music page. And that's tea dyed envelope. I stamped that there and this here. Glued these bits there, but I left that open. And I stenciled the trees on the inside. I like when papers make this sound. Crinkly sound. Love it. Okay, another card. That's the original jelly print from last week. There's two pockets here. There's that one and there's that one. Book page. I also dyed this, it's like a ledger paper, and I created like a folder with some snowflake specimens here. Bug. It's a little tag from jelly print, and on this side it is the actual marble paper. So I joined the jelly print and the marble paper to create a tag. Okay, a little again sticker that's from that painted paper, and I stamped the leaf on top. Little tag. Stenciling, and I love how this paper turned out. It just created like that snowstorm effect, and you just put some stamp down the bottom and it looks really cool, I think. Okay, that's the middle of the third signature. What do we have in here? Let's take that out. So each journal will have a page like this. This is a vellum paper, and that's the other side of this scrapbooking paper that I painted on. And here we have a book page and a card to write on, and we have a bunny. This is from a book. I thought it just so perfect for this journal. Each will have a different picture of a different animal, because obviously I had one book. So that's it. And then another one of those cards with the jelly print from last week. I love how that turned out. I stamped these images here, but then I used red acrylic just on top a little bit, just to have that those little berries kind of stand out a bit more. We have a specimen here. This is hazelnut tree, and some stamped images on eco prints or coffee dyed paper or cardstock. All right, here we have like a journaling card. This paper was dyed again with grape juice, but it turned brown. And that's a specimen there. And that's another original jelly print. So each journal will have a different leaf there. But we'll do it together. I'll go through all the differences between them. And I created one of these for each journal. Over the page paper clip, hidden one. This is the other side. Again with the wax seal that's made from glue, not wax. A bit of that. And another one of these journaling cards. And something can be put here as well, of course. and the card made from my original jelly print, and certificate of authenticity with my own wax seal. And that's the back. It's got my stamp here as well. So that is the first journal. I hope you enjoyed this, but like I said, I will do a version of this video without me talking. Well, I'll be just going through the pages slowly. Yeah. All right. So each will have one of those bags, but they will be different because I didn't have enough of the same fabric to create the same for each one. But that is journal number 1. Now let's have a look at this beauty. There it is, front and the back. So this will be different here. I stamped this on top of that printable eco print. It's a postcard. The inside of that one, that's the jelly print and the fabric pocket. Again, I used that paper from that video, painty papers or something, and I stamped that there, and I added those bricks down the bottom. And it's one of the snow globes from that video. Okay, so this one has a different bird here. This is the main way I actually tell them apart because they're quite similar, but each would have a different bird. This one has this bird, and it has again a different print, fabric print here. That's what's different between them. These are the same. Now here, this purple thing, that's a jelly print, and this is marbled paper. We'll do a video on marbling paper. I love marbling paper. And I just stamped these trees and the clouds on top, but I thought it worked really well there. So that's what's different in this journal. And obviously a different book page and a different print. Different card. That's the same, and here that's different because I used a different jelly print. This one is a bit lighter in color, I think. Okay, and then here we have a different picture from a book. Okay, there's that jelly print. It's the same image. That's the same as well. Little birdie. Here's the same. It's all the same, and this is different. So we have a purple lace here and a different postcard. Okay, I think we have also 2 specimens here. Maybe a different card, slightly different gel print there, but that's the same in the middle. Raspberries. And here, just a different card. Here we have a different tag again. Charm. And bird. The the last journal I'm going to show you is a little bit more different than these. Don't know how to explain. Like a lot of these papers I had in pairs, but then the third one, you know, when it came to doing the third journal, I had to improvise a little bit. But yeah, still quite similar. Just a little bit more different than those two. Okay. This is the same. And here we have a different tag and a different animal. Look at that. That's so cute. Throw a book page. It's so cute. Okay. Again, tag with a marble paper on the back. And a specimen. Journaling card. Yeah, that's the different. It's a different leaf here. And this fabric is, I think, it's a bigger piece than the other one. And then we come to the end. So that's a slightly different over the page paper clip and a different leaf print. Okay, and that is a different jelly print there. It's nice, this one as well. Just put that aside. And it's got its own little bag. That's the second journal. And the last one, the third one. I really love the inside cover of this one. I'll show you in a second. I had these iron-on stickers for fabric for, I don't know, probably 5 years, and I bought them and I didn't use them, and then I found them the other day and the colors were just perfect for this journal. Look. And I think it just worked so well. So I really love the pockets in this one. They're just really good. And it's the other two are more like blue and purple. This one has a little bit of red as well. So I think it's nice. And we have a postcard. There's that painty papers with a stamp. I actually added a bit of white behind before I stamped, just to make this image stand out a bit more, because the background was quite busy. And one of those snow globes we've done in December. Now here we have different birds, and the rest similar, and a different print with a little charm, the ladybug. I forgot to show you on the other ones. It's from the Secret Forest, but I sprayed with white paint. So some of this is the same. Now here we don't have a jelly print, but we have the original marble paper. I love it. It's just really nice color. It goes really well in this journal. I was trying out the traditional Italian technique of marbling paper. Okay. Here again, different print. This is the rose leaf, I think. It's the same thing. And this part here, again, I use different jelly print than the other two, because I only got one that is the same, so I can't make 3 that are exactly the same, and I shouldn't. I think they should be a little bit different. Again, different page. I love that animal, so cute, and a different tag. And I love these pockets, just so good. Okay, that's the other side of that marble paper. And a little squirrel again, paper clip with this, and the bag with a little birdie. And here, that is the same as in the other two. Same. Now this is different. I used blue lace and big snowflake die cuts, and that's again I stamped different image on this postcard. And here we have two specimens again. In this one I added this little thing. I don't know, it just really went well there. And I only had one. So this one has an extra piece, I suppose. And that's the same for each one. I just love this. It just looks so wintry. It just looks warm and cuddly. I don't know. The little bunny. And here we have a different card. Lace print, fabric print. Okay, that is the same. Here we have a different tag. A slightly different charm. Now this is different. I don't have these in the other two. That's a different paper, and I really love how it turned out. And I've done that technique where you glue a die cut shape and then you glue napkin on top, and you just do a bit of waxing, and I just love how it turned out. So that's different. This one. It's one of those we printed with the lace last week. Again, I love this paper. I've dyed this with grape juice, and it's got like little crystals. It's really gritty to the touch. I just love it. It's like sanding paper almost. I will leave the links to all the digitals that I used and to all the tutorials that are related to making any of these as well. I always do, but if you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know. Now here we have these. They're so cute. Oh, and there's bunny on this side. I love it. There's a little bit of tear here, but I don't mind. I thought it was really cute. It's a really old book, and it was in a bad shape when I got it. So, that's also different. The other two have just paper that's dyed with rosehip tea, but this one was actually painted with acrylics. So I think I've done it in one of the videos where you were fixing the 12 by 12 pages. It's possible, I don't know. That's why it was painted. Okay. I love this. I got this stencil not long ago, and I love it how it didn't pick the design everywhere, just in some areas. It's even better. And that's a different print here again. I use a leaf, real leaf, and I use fabric. And that's how it turned out. I love it. Another paper clip, and it's the mushroom seal and a different jelly print card, and it's the eco print on the back. And so that's all 3 journals. Wow, I've been so busy. I don't think I've ever done this many, but you know, I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did. And that's the bag for this one. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy this. These journals are going to be in my Etsy shop available, and I will do a separate video where I'll be doing just the flip through without no talking, and I will link it down below as well. Well, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I see you soon in my next video. Bye for now.